Hey, yeah, so this is pretty much the first video I've ever done about living in Russia now that I've lived here for going on 2.5 years. And I honestly never thought I would be one of those people who would be like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit down and make a YouTube video about my life, just because I don't think it's that interesting. Nor do I think I'm necessarily the most charismatic person who ever uploaded a video to YouTube. But I had a couple people in my family and a couple of people just that I know who were curious specifically about my apartments here. Sorry, that's my cat. He's doing something. Okay, so I just thought it'd be kind of fun now that I finally live in an apartment that I really like to give people an idea of what it does actually look like to live in an apartment here in Russia, specifically one that was provided by the school that I work for. Just because before I came here, I didn't have really any expectations, but I think that when you, as an American, which is where I'm from, you hear living in Russia, you have certain ideas of what that would mean, and I'm not really completely confident that the reality matches what people imagine it would look like. And also just for myself later on, when I leave, when I would be kicking myself for not having done this. Let's take a look.
This is the entrance to the building where I live. I absolutely love all of the plants. Our concierge, I believe, put them there and definitely is the one who maintains them, so I'm super appreciative of that. Down this little hallway here is where our trash chute is. We don't need to linger there terribly long. And here in this, I guess, somewhat spooky looking hallway is where my apartment is located. I didn't realize how dim it was until I went to record this video, so we can just leave this here. Suffice it to say, my apartment is down at the end. Here we are entering the apartment proper. As you can see, the entranceway is very narrow. That's my roommate's room there. In total, I have 4 rooms in this apartment, 3, not including my roommate's room. Here we just have some general storage. It's really messy though, so we're not going to look at that. Here we have the bathroom. There I am. Hello. It's a very standard bathroom. In Russia, you have one of 2 types. This one is the more Western style, although there are Russian bathrooms where it is split with the toilet in one room and the shower in another. Now we're going to move into the kitchen. Oh, there's my cat. Hello, Tempo. That's my views, nothing spectacular. The kitchen is very standard. Our fridge is slightly smaller than average, but having the washing machine in the room and is very normal. That's a dishwasher that I don't know how to use. I don't know why I focused on that. But yeah, it's relatively small, but it's perfectly fine for 2 people. Here we have my room, which I absolutely love, even though it's a little bit small. The flooring I think is beautiful, and I have just about everything that I could possibly want in an apartment just in this one room. Okay, well, the view is a little lackluster onto the road there, but nevertheless. So here we have the closet, which is missing one of the doors, but I haven't really found that to be too much of a problem. In here, I have a little bit more storage. I've had to try to compartmentalize everything differently than I normally would, just because of the limited amount of storage space that I have in my actual room, but I've made it work. Here we have the room itself, my desk over here, where again, I've had to get a little creative just because of the lack of shelving in this space. We have one of my favorite features, which is my cat's bed that I found at a store near here, and I absolutely love it. Yeah, so that's my room.
So yeah, this is basically my little Russian apartment oasis, and definitely my favorite apartment that I have had in Russia for the past 3 years, almost, gosh. This is the first one that I really connected with aesthetically, just because everything is cohesive. And if you've heard me talk about my apartments in Russia before, I've had issues. Oh, that's really bright. I've had issues with the cohesion of the decoration in the apartments I've lived in the past. Just a lot of clashing colors, patterns. It's a whole thing. But with this one, I actually feel like everything works really well together. I like the colors. The only thing I don't like, as I probably mentioned in my commentary somewhere, I don't like how little storage I have in this particular room. My roommate's room has a ton more storage and is more the size of a college dorm double that you would share with somebody else, whereas mine is more like a college dorm single. But overall, I'm really happy with it. Chimpo, do you like it? Don't know what he thinks. What do you think? Do you like it here? He's like, girl, I don't know. Stop putting the camera in my face. All right, fine. I'll end it here. So yeah, hopefully if you were curious about kind of like what living in Russia looks like functionally, this one that I have right now is on the higher end of the apartments that were provided for us. Granted, I've seen some better apartments or just like nicer, bigger, whatever apartments that other people have found for themselves. But if you're just coming here, this is kind of what you can expect at the higher end of it. So if this looks really nice for you, which I really like it here, then you'll have no problems. And if you don't mind clashing patterns, then you'll really have no problems. I just was kind of broken over time by a lot of the clashing patterns. So I was very, very pleased to finally have something where everything matched. I guess I could probably do like a neighborhood tour or something if anybody would be curious about that, but this is kind of what you can come to expect if you come to live here in Moscow. And see ya.